Hi guys, welcome back to my program. Yeah, Alien is still with me because I'm still on the topic of children's creativity. I call him Alien for want of a better word, but you are welcome to give him a better name. But remember, it's either a he nor a she. He has no gender, so you're welcome to the task. Well, let us see what we have learned so far about children's creativity. We have learned that they are far superior to adults. When they are 5 years old, they are 98% more creative than adults. But over time, the sad story is it declines. By the time they are 15, they have lost about 86%. Dr. George Land, who conducted the research, concluded that children learn to be not creative. Now that's a sad fact. Why does that happen? What happens between the time children, when they have this high amount of creativity, and then they lose it 10 years down the line? It's because they go to school. It's a large chunk of that period, of that very important time in their lives, they spend it in school. If you look at preschool, the way children are taught in preschool moves with how they learn. They learn their numbers in fun ways. They learn their alphabet. And after that, they go to primary school. So what happens in primary school? They go into a regime, into a very regimental style of teaching. And they have to learn in a certain way, which may not fit in with their characteristics. We learned from Gillian Lynn in the last segment that there are children who learn, who can think only when they are moving. So when you force a child like that to sit still, they become fidgety, they can't pay attention. So we move children from preschool when their creativity is so high and move them into a regime, a system where they have to sit in rows, the teacher is in front instructing, and they have to learn, not so much through experiment. They have to learn things by memorization. It's very hard on them, it's very tough on them. So that's why by the time they reach 15, by the time they reach adulthood, all this goes down tremendously. So maybe we have to look at how the whole system works, how it should accommodate children's learning. Children are natural born learners. We know that. How? There's this famous experiment called Hole in the Wall Project by Dr. Sugata Mitra of India. In 1999, he carried out an experiment on the slum children in New Delhi. He cut a wall in his office which bordered a slum area, and he put a computer there with high-speed internet. And he made it strong enough to resist whatever tempering is done to it. And he left it alone and just watched. The slum children came one by one experimented, and then a group came, and then another group, and they were all clustered around this computer. He came back a few hours later, and these kids who didn't have much schooling, didn't know the language, were already surfing the net. And he found out how they learn, because one child will play with it, he will find out things, and then he will tell somebody else, and they were all teaching each other. And that's the conclusion he came to, because he carried out the same experiment in other parts of India. He even took it to a village where there was even less learning. They never know the language, but they were all wonderfully surfing the net. And he kept it there for 6 months. And within 6 months, all these children, with no adult interaction, no teaching, were downloading songs, downloading videos, downloading games, playing with it, learning, researching, and they even complained to him that his processor was very slow. So you see, when you take a child from preschool and put the child through this rigid system at primary, no wonder their creativity reduces, it goes to sleep. Because they are natural born learners. With very little adult interaction, they will learn because they are built that way. They will learn, and they will learn better than if they were put through a school system. So with that, please think about it. And if among you there are those who are involved in education policy, think a bit more deeply about it. Are we doing a disservice to our children by lowering their creativity? Should we relook how they learn and accommodate the naturalness of curiosity and creativity and help them to retain that high amount of creativity that they possess? With that, and I'm looking forward to hearing names for English. Bye.